Hello friends and followers, welcome to another stream. Today, as the title itself, we are going to fly from Singapore Changi, bound for Jakarta, Indonesia. And we're flying on behalf of this Jetstar Asia. So let's, without further ado, let's begin with the cockpit preparation, shall we? Alright, so our current position is about at Changi Airport, obviously. And then if you see, we are at Terminal 1 of Changi Airport. So let's jump inside the cockpit. Let's call for start boarding, shall we? Let's connect jetway first. So need some jetway and GPU. Catering, same goes for the baggage. Alright, looking good here. So we have external power connected, just on the external power, and start our battery to auto, start the APU as well. So in the meantime, we may proceed with the preparation. Normally it's done by the crew member 1, which is the captain. I'm just going to set it here, this one set to captain, and then align your IRS. We do a quick one today, since flight time is around 1 hour and 15 minutes. And we don't wish to be set back by any delay, like our first stream the other day. It was delayed for quite some time, I think about 30 minutes. Just on all the few pumps to on. Then, alright, so assume, yeah, we just do a bit of engine fire test. It's part of the check as well, so just assume it is done for our case. CBR test button is still not visible over here. And right, do a bit of setup, the brightness. The weather seems to be a bit towards the thunderstorm side. You can hear the thunder just now. Quite realistic over here. Increase the brightness. Those who are watching on YouTube, welcome to the stream. And just for info, I'm streaming on Twitch as well. If you have an account over there, do drop by to my channel. It's at the Mark Flyer 320. And if you are watching on Twitch, do check out my YouTube as well. YouTube username, the Mark Flyer. Okay. So the initial reference system is going to be aligned in 4 minutes. Okay, set your manual reference. Since I'm flying on this one, we are flying on live weather. So it is, I think, slightly raining over at the Singapore Changi Airport. Just manage. Initial climb altitude, just gonna maintain 5,000 here. Last time I went to Singapore, I think the requirement is to maintain 3,000 feet once airborne. But since we are doing simulation purpose, so we're just going to maintain 5,000 for our case today. Right? Okay. So make sure all the switching panel are in normal position. You have your frequency tuned correctly on your radio management panel, and your audio control panel as well. I don't think we can adjust this one, can we? Yeah, can adjust this one. Thrust is on idle. Yep, thrust on idle, and then your engine masters both are off. Ignition, the engine mode selector in normal mode. Yep. So parking brake is on. All right. Now that we have done, so while waiting for the RS to be fully aligned, let's jump to the flight management system setup, shall we? So I already done my sim brief flight plan, just for your info. Let's have a look here. So we are flying from Singapore Changi to Jakarta International Airport today. Yep, this is today's date, and expected departure time is 30 minutes past 1 in the afternoon local time, and which is about 8 minutes to go. So we have to hurry up. And I expect the cruise at where is it again? It's with flight level 370 if I'm not mistaken. Alright, anyway, since this one we already is under my flight, so I already generated the flight plan, and we are going to insert into our make do here. So let's go to ATSU, AOC menu, init, and init data request. There you go, inserted. And go back to ALC menu, we want to insert our weight and balance here. So just go under performance, weight and balance. Fuel, our block fuel is around 7.1 ton. I've taken 1,500 kg extra just in case, since from my previous stream, the aircraft apparently is burning a little bit more fuel than planned, and then the weather is not quite good as well, so just taking a bit of extra. Of course, no explanation is required for this extra, so otherwise the KPI is going to get cut. So all right, yeah, our zero fuel weight CG is going to follow as per the one compute by Microsoft Flight Simulator. So we have 26.9 here. Simply insert 26.9 on the zero fuel weight CG. So you can see the shifting in the cargo here. We have our forward back being switched to the rear back section. Okay, so go to init patch and press init request. GPS primary means the RS is fully aligned now. And okay, we have our full flight plan inserted. Of course, beside our standard instrument departure and the standard instrument approach and arrival. So our position is at Terminal 1. Let's have a look at the chart here. Where's my chart? There we graph. And as you can see over here. So we expect to, based on the wind today, we expect to take off using runway 20 right. So after pushback, most likely we're going to taxi via Victor 13. Wait, let's have a bigger chart, shall we? Yeah, this one is better. I think we're somewhere around Charlie 24 over here. So once we push back, we are going to facing to the, this one I think it's sorry, northeast side. Taxi via Victor 13, thereafter join Victor, and then go back to the chart just now. Victor, expect a left turn onto either via Papa. I think we take Papa for our case. So Papa, and then Whiskey, all the way until Whiskey 2. So we are going to commence our takeoff roll from intersection Whiskey 2 for our case today. So from intersection Whiskey 2, you can see over here, Whiskey 2 for 20, right? The takeoff run available is around 3,842 meters. So that will be part of our performance computation later. All right, so this is just a rough idea on the route that we are taking on later for our taxi routing. 20 right, and then will be via Anito 7 Foxtrot. That's our departure. So again, go to your Navigraph. You can see our SID. Anito 7 Foxtrot. 20 right. Yeah. So we are going to pass Ledox 1005, let go 2005, Tipsa 4000, followed by Batam, then Dogra will be 6000, all the way connecting to Anito. And for this SID, we are not required to, we cannot pass 230 knots until passing 4,000 feet, and then 250 knots until passing 10,000. And we have our minimum climb gradient 6% until reaching or passing 2005. So since we are not going to exceed 230 knots until passing 4,000, and then we have minimum climb gradient up to 2,500 feet. So to be on the safe side, I'm just going to accelerate once we have passing 4,000 later on, and we're going to see how it goes. So let's continue on the setup, shall we? For Jakarta, I'm just going to simply set up first. Based on the wind, expect IRS 07 right, and then we are going to use Phoenix 2 Foxtrot. Yeah, that's more like it. So you can have a look at our navigation display here. Go to plan view, then turn on your constraint button so you can see the altitude constraint. Alright, so as per compared to the chart just now, we have passed level 1005, level 2005, then followed by DIPSA 4000 or above. Batam, there's no constraint, but there is a constraint over here, so just gonna let it be. And then passing Dogra 6000. After on, maybe Dosno and Anito. Dosno and Anito, there's no constraint as well, but nevertheless, we just kind of leave it there. And this one, I think there might be a bit of error inside the flight plan here. As you can see, after Munich, we are tracked straight directly to the airport, which is Jakarta, which I don't think that is the case for today. Even if I clear this one, as you can see, we clear Jakarta and then insert. Let's go back there. So you can see Jakarta is still there, so I have no idea why it did like that. So what we're going to do later, once after approaching, let's say waypoint Munich, right? Yep. After Munich, sorry, Boslo. After Boslo, we're going to go on heading or track direct to position Munich. Yeah, so this one it is. Alright. Wait, is it 07? It's runway 07, right? 07, yeah, that's correct. Alright, so we are expecting 07 right for our arrival later on. Unless there's any changes, so otherwise we are going to see how it goes lah. Okay, so that is the flight plan setup. Red nav as usual. We are just going to set the closest VOR station. This one is just for your reference. You can set to any VOR as you wish, or you don't set it also okay, as long as it will auto tune to the nearest VOR station. And for the progress patch, as usual, Singapore Changi 20 right for our departure today. Then performance. Alright, performance. Now this is the interesting part. Performance, we are just going to jump into this one. This one is a A320 Neo calculation for performance calculator for flight simulator use only. And then we are using 20 right for departure. So runway track will be 203, elevation 13 feet, length as mentioned earlier on will be 3,142 meters. Slope, and then clearway, we don't have any clearway for 20 center, sorry, 20 right. So the wind, let's get the latest weather first. Forgot about this. Okay. So where can you get the latest weather is at your flight pad here. So just start with flight pad. You're going to import the flight plan from our sim brief. Just type in your username. So just gonna type fire. Right. Okay. There you go. So dashboard from sim brief. Then you import your flight plan here. It's gonna take a bit of time. There you go. So for the for the weather, as you can see, this one is about 30 minutes ago. So we have wind 1806 knots, visibility more than 10, cloud fill 1008, and a broken ceiling of flight level 270. Temperature 30, Q1010. For Jakarta wise, today's wind is favorable for runway 07. And then visibility 7,000, cloud fill 2,000 feet, temperature 31, Q1010, looking good. What I think is we might expect a bit of weather as we coming into Jakarta, as we just airborne from Singapore, so can expect a bit of weather, and then we'll see how it goes. So go back to your performance calculator. So wind is expected to be 1806 knots, right? 180, then 6 knots on the wing, temperature 30, QNH is 1010. Runway, I'm just gonna set it to, wait, is it dry or is it wet? Yeah, it seems dry to me, right? Okay, and okay, takeoff weight. Sorry, I forgot to check just now. What's our takeoff weight again? Let's see, takeoff weight. Takeoff weight plan is 64.9 ton. So we have 64.9 to be inserted. 64.9. Then flex config 1 plus F, since Singapore runway is quite long, so it's just going to maintain config 1 plus F. And takeoff CG is 26.9. I just let it be 27. So we have a configuration 1 plus F, flex of 60, 150 on V1, VR151, and then V2, 152. So THS of 0.3 up, and then you just insert into your performance patch here. So V1, 150, 151. Of course, I believe this one is just a rough calculation for you. So, but it's a good tool. So just make use of it. So just hit 1000 on transition altitude, and flaps 1 0.3 up. I think most of the time is 0.3 up. I have no idea why. Flex will be 60. Engine acceleration altitude just gonna maintain 1500 feet above aerodrome level, and thrust reduction altitude maintain as well. Acceleration altitude just gonna set 4000 feet as mentioned earlier on during our SID. There is this climb gradient requirement, and then your speed control requirement of 230 knot speed of 4000. Zero fuel weight. Okay, let's go back to so here, just bear with me since it's second time streaming and using this sim brief tool as well. So just trying to get used to it. So zero fuel weight 58 ton, and then 26.9 is the CG. Let's insert over here. Dog fuel, we have 7 ton, right? Yep, 7 ton of dog fuel. 7 ton, alright. It should give you a rough calculation. On the extra fuel, wow, we have plenty of extra fuel here. 2.2 ton. Time of allows to hold for approximately 1 hour 20 minutes before, if there's any diversion required. Okay, alright. Position monitor, we have all nav 0.0 for all 3 of the IRS, so we are good to go. Alright, we are done with the flight management setup. I have no idea why the pushback is so early here. We're just gonna push it back, shall we? Parking brake, start pushback, forward. Just gonna go forward here. I have no idea why it did pushing back so early. Alright, it's some kind of bugs. Okay, push back without the tow truck. Something interesting here. Oops. Okay. Oh, alright, we missed the tow truck. Right? What is going on? You know, we just proceed forward. Okay, now that is better. And now push back, set your parking brake. Alright. Why is this happening? Okay, so I think we are more or less done, right? Oh, we're going to start APU bleed, and we have APU powering the aircraft, so just off your it's not power, and you can request to disconnect actually, and then just no smoking sign auto, seatbelt sign to on. Yeah, pretty much done on this setup here. Okay, just a quick instrument scan. Yeah, climb blue, nav blue, 1 FT2, 5000 blue on the altitude, and QNH 1011. Let's cross check with the first officer side. Okay, this is done, and we have our jetway disconnected. So assume briefing is done. So we already went through our channels now. Let's do a quick before start checklist, shall we? Before start, before start. Here we go. Before start checklist copy prep completed. Cabins cover remove. Signs we on auto. ADRS we check just now. On nav. Fuel quantity. Fuel quantity is going to be 7060 kg. Takeoff data already set it in the flight management system. Barrel reference QNH 1011. Yep, still 1011. And down to the line for before start checklist. Okay, I just realized I forgot on the desktop audio just now. I apologize on that. Okay, so request clearance. Assume clearance is done. So we're clear to Jakarta flight plan route. Then follow the Anito 7 Foxtrot departure. Airborne, climb 5000 feet. And of course, squad number to go. Squad number just gonna assume 3232. Okay, alright. So now that we have done this, what we're going to do is commence our pushback, right? We're going to commence our pushback. So just on the beacon, then you can see all the windows doors close, and then your slide position. Okay, we're clear to pushback and start. For call sign direct, it's Jetstar Asia 203, right? So Jetstar Asia 203. The pushback can start facing to the north side. Onto taxiway. Mentioned just now was it's taxiway again. Yeah, check. Taxiway Victor 13. The pushback can start facing north side. Onto Victor 13, Jetstar Asia 203. When it's on, then turn on your transponder and start your call. May call for the pushback truck. Wait, before call for the pushback truck, we have to finish our checklist, right? So below the line, before start checklist, below the line will be windows doors closed, beacon on, thrust levers either, parking brake still on as for now, and before start checklist is completed. Right, just call for ground and pushback. So here pushback, start pushback and release our parking brake. I think we should play some music, shall we? Which background music, right? Okay, once we get the whole truck connected to the aircraft, we're going to increase our top speed. Otherwise, you're going to see the aircraft smack by itself without even connecting to the truck. Okay, so let's increase our top speed. And go to start cockpit. I think we can start our engine. So ground confirm clear to start engine number 1. Clear to start engine number 1. Do not select the ignition. And work process starting. Hey, now this is something interesting. I have no idea why is it the fuel on board suddenly increased by 200 kg. But okay, we take it, 200 kg extra. And engine number 1 will start. Now we start engine number 2. Engine number 2. Just increase our speed. I think it will be way too slow. Guys, if you try to have a look at the weather thing, right? I find it strange. You can see the rain itself is fused. So as it so wrong side. Engine number 2 Good start. Alright. Fail my and I'll push back. Set a parking brake. I think there is enough for a push back. Alright, so we have and 0 hour rudder trim. So there is done. Alright, we have 2 good start. Here to disconnect and sync pins on the right side. Okay. Go for the after such checklist. NTIs off. You can status. Let's have a click on status here normal. So you can status check and pitch trim. Pitch trim with 0.3 up, right? So just set 0.3 up here. Alright, 0.3 up is set. And rudder trim. Rudder trim is 0 just now. So after start checklist is completed. Okay, so let's do a bit of flight control check first. Go up, go down, neutral, go left, go right, other, go left, go right, neutral. And we're going to on our weather radar. Look at the weather here. System 1, PWS to auto, and auto brake to X. Cabin, wait for the cabin. In the meantime, oh yeah, forgot to off our APU since we have off the engine. Started. Alright, Jetstar Asia 203, the taxi via taxiway again. With the 3, right? We can get the taxi via Victor 13 and then join Victor. Left turn onto Papa and Whiskey. Alright. Let's release our parking brake. Start. On the taxi light already, right? Okay, taxi light is on. Alright, so Whiskey Papa or Whiskey? And straight ahead. I think the taxiway for this particular section of Changi was updated in 2 months ago. So I have no idea whether this one is updated. You can see this one is Whiskey Alpha, right? Whiskey Alpha and which one is it? So anyway, we're going to first left. So, and right turn. Right turn joining Whiskey. Is still showing Whiskey Papa here. It used to be Whiskey Papa, but now it has been taxway has been changed its name to Whiskey. So okay, alright. So we're taxi to Whiskey 2. Whiskey 3, right? Yeah, Whiskey 3, then followed by Whiskey 2. Okay. Cabin, I think it's going to be ready. Yes, that was cabin. And the second conflict has started. So we're going to take off via runway 20 right. Speed or everything set up is correct. And you have your initial climb altitude 5,000 feet. Okay, so let's call for the before takeoff checklist, shall we? So before takeoff checklist is before takeoff checklist, flight control, check instrument, check briefing, confirm. Flight setting will be 1 SM, V1, VR, V2 flight stand 1150, VR 151, V2 152, flight stand 160, ATC is set. Cam memo we have right. Cam memo is taken down, so down to the line. First left will be Jetstar Asia 203 to the line out runway 20 right. Right, keep line out runway 20 right. Jetstar Asia 203. Go to make sure no stop bar light. There, fuel. Runway is cleared. Aircraft on, fine. Just on all the lights. Inter runway must on your strobe light. Lights. Okay, include visible for takeoff. We expect a bit of headwind here. You can see the windsock. Okay. So waiting for takeoff clearance. Set the parking brake first, and we're going to proceed with our below the line or before takeoff checklist. So we have takeoff runway 20 right, confirm. Cabin crew advised TCAS should be TARA. Wait, did we forget to say? Yeah, I think we forgot to say. So TARA, TCAS. And what else? Engine mode selector. It's gonna set it to norm. I think the rain is heavy enough for us to set to ignition for now. PAX, just gonna leave it on. So we'll before takeoff checklist, it's completed. And we are ready to go. Okay. Ready to go. What's the time now? Now it's around 10 minutes to 2 in the afternoon. So we have about 55 minutes. Right, so takeoff, runway 20 right. Jetstar Asia 203. Release the parking brake. All my foot brake for a while. Stabilize. And flex 0. SRS. Auto transport. past 4,000, so we can accelerate to 250 as well. No issue there. So retract your landing lights after passing 4,000. Most like, oh, since our landing gear is already retracted. Some spoilers, and yeah. We call for the after takeoff climb, which is the landing gear up, flaps retracted, and our X is out to quick. Alright. Take a bit of radar in front here. Just gonna go Jetstar Asia 203 request right heading 65. Let's go. Heading 65. 65. There we go. Heading 65 and on the climb of the MCU. Right, Jetstar Asia 203. Except the MC. Passing 10,000 feet, Changi Airport. Seatbelt sign is going to maintain for a while since we're there's no radar in front, but it's still showing on radar. So just going to maintain for a while, and then yep, let's clear the right there over here. And then passing our transition altitude. So with standard set cross check passing high level 7 now, so should be pilot side, and you have resume your after takeoff climb checklist with better reference standard set takeoff climb checklist either. So we are pretty much done with the takeoff. But then CGK. Yeah, so you can see it's like a zigzag if you want to connect all the way until Huntington. So later on we're just going to request direct to pursue Huntington and see how it goes. Right? Seems like we're cleared away though. Jetstar Asia 203, here we will request track direct to position Huntington. Jetstar Asia 203 flight level. Plane flight level is 3 euro. Okay. Then we go 390, right? Oh, never mind. I think we'll just request for flight level 370 mission. 37 flight level 370 or do you want? Flight this one. I think everything is should be clear now, so let's see the sign going off. Yep. So now we just wait for the aircraft to climb and then reach its cruising altitude. guys, back to the flight deck. So we are approaching Jakarta International Airport now. Let's just we'll go through the chart we have. Go to Navigraph, and then since we are expecting, as mentioned earlier, expecting for the arrival via runway 07, right? And our current position is about tracking to Munich. Then flight level 290. So as per calculation just now, we should be expecting our total descent about 25 nautical miles from position Munich. So this one we're going to manually descend, pass by via Munich, and then after that we are going to just follow as per the arrival here. So from Munich to Ramal, Nokta, Oscar, Kakap, Dakar, and then followed by Sepat. We'll try to follow the speed constraint as much as we can. And for the ILS 07, right, you can see over here. So we expect track via Sepat, descend to mandatory 5,000 feet, and then descend to 4,000 and got up, and then continue descend for the 3,000 until our final approach fix, which is 9.3 nautical miles from the runway 07, right? The glide path is 3 degrees. Minima is going to be 260 feet. And then our visual visibility requirement is 800 meter. We are more than that, definitely. And this approach, we are going to climb on course 068 to Tapik to Esala at 3,000. So 3,000 is the altitude we are going to set once the glacier is fully captured. And then our minimum set altitude is going to be passing through the 2,000 via the start, and then followed by 4,005. So once landed at 07, right, we have this speed control, 160 knots from 10 miles until 4 nautical miles. I'll try to follow as long as I remember the speed control over here. So 07, right, landed. I think we should be able to vacate via Sierra 4. Once we vacate Sierra 4, we're going to join Sierra Charlie 4, left turn Sierra Papa 1, and right turn Sierra Charlie X-ray. Then after that, we're going to pass somewhere over in apron B here. So I assume it's going to be, you see what is the gate available for us later on. And that is more or less of the approach briefing we have over here. Okay, so our position is, okay, you know what, I think the aircraft is acting strangely again. Let me just go to Munich again. Okay, there we go. Okay, so 25 nautical miles to Munich. We are somewhere around there. So let's just assume we have to descend to flight level 290. Okay, descend flight level 290 and Jetstar Asia 203. Okay. Right, let's connect the descent shot. Press either descend. Okay, flight level 290. Set to. And for the approach today, we're going to use flap 3 landing. Since the previous stream I'm using flap full, and we are expecting headwind for our approach later, so I think flap 3 should be okay. And based on our weight, our current weight is about 54.2 tons, so it is way below our maximum landing weight, so we are good to use flap 3 landing. For the brake is going to be low. Alright. let's prepare for the approach, shall we? We have already double time, so preparing the cabin for the arrival, and just go through the approach checklist. We're briefing, confirm, and then ECAM status is checked, and let me just recheck the seatbelt here. Sorry, recheck the speed brake. The speed brake is slightly high on profile, so that's why we have to meet the flight level 130 requirement over at Oscar. And yep, alright, where were we? Seat belt on. Barrel reference is we have to wait since we are not even reaching flight level 130 yet. That's our transition. So barrel reference is going to be standard set as for now. Minimum is what's minimum? 260 set. Engine mode selected with norm. The checklist is completed. So yep, the aircraft is tracking to position Kakap now. A bit of premature turn actually, I have no idea why, but yep. Anyway, so what is our next constraint? Let me see. Kakap we are closing at 10,000, maximum 240 knots. So we have to descend to 100,000. To 100,000. Let's go for open. Speed with 240 knots, right? So okay, we get the altitude first. So how do we know whether we can make it or not at Kakap? As you can see, we are about 7 miles to Kakap, and then 7 miles times 3 is approximately 2,100 feet to lose. So we are actually slightly high. So and then we need to reduce some more, decelerate some more. Let's use a bit of speed brake over here. Right? And yeah, you can set your barrel reference now, which is QNH1010, passing 1,400 feet, passing now. And your barrel reference Q10 set. Okay, let me just, we are about 1,000 feet to go on the altitude capturing. Let's reduce our speed to 240 knots. Speed selected, 240 knots. Okay, now we have our speed closing into 240 knots. Altitude as well, closing into 100,000, so looking good. So next constraint is going to be 7,000 at a speed of 210 knots. Speed of start. Let's do a 10,000 flow. Let's on the press button, and scoring on landing is going to be on the first release ascent. So I'm monitor on the okay. Let's see Kakap now. Tracking data, so descend to so can go manage descent. So we are a bit of distance to go. Speed will be 240 knots, and then after that we're going to reduce to 210 knots. I think should be good for that. So as you can see here, we have our ILS chart for 07 right. Identification will be 110.5, India Charlie Hotel Romeo. So as per the primary flight display, as you can see, 110.5 India Charlie Hotel Romeo is identified. We have our runway track 067 as well. So we have about more than 10 miles to go actually. So and altitude is slowly approaching. Let me just reduce our speed. So basically you are losing altitude and then you are losing your speed at the same time. Try speed brake.
2,500. $500. $400. 100 above. 300. Minimum 200. $100. 50. 40. 30. 20. Retard.
Alright guys, that's all for the stream for today. Thank you all for joining. And I should be doing another stream in the upcoming Friday. I think so. I will update you guys on either Twitch or on YouTube. So stay tuned for it. And once again, thank you for joining today's stream. And I'll see you guys in the next video very soon.